This week's parsha, Tazria Metzora, is the second possible double parsha that can occur in a given year. As mentioned by Vayakal Pekudei, the first possible double parsha, it is not just any two parshas that can be doubled up and read together. There needs to be a reason for specifically joining two given parshas together. So what makes our two parshas, Tazria and Metzora, an attractive and compelling candidate to double up? The simple answer should be that the central issue of both parshas is the Metzora. In Tazria, the parsha deals with identifying and diagnosing the symptoms, determining if a person has tzarat or not. In Metzora, the parsha deals with the purification process for the person that has tzarat. As such, taking both Tazria and Metzora together forms a complete unit on tzarat, identifying, diagnosing, treating it, and then ultimately achieving purification from it. This simple answer should be all well and good. However, there are more topics discussed in both parshas than just dealing with tzarat. In Tazria, for instance, before even relating to tzarat, the Torah first discusses about a child's birth and the resultant tumah and tara issues for the mother. In Metzora, after covering the purification of the Metzora, the parsha then talks about tzarat that can occur on a house or on clothes, and then on varied topics of tumah and tara that result from bodily discharges or fluids. If these topics are so diverse, how is it that the rabbi specifically wanted us to read these two parshas together if needed? Instead of thinking of these two parshas as discussing about tzarat plus, let's reframe what is the message of the parsha by trying to understand the meaning of the name of the double parsha, Tazria Metzora. The name of the parsha Tazria comes from a woman who gives birth to a child. What more natural and blessed process of life is there? Nevertheless, there are byproducts and side effects that occur, even spiritually, and she becomes tameh as a result. Hence, we can say that the name Tazria represents a person becoming tameh due to some natural process of life. The name of Parsha Metzora comes from the whole discussion of the Metzora, that person that with tzarat, who is in the state of being tameh, but is working to become tahor. As such, the name Metzora represents a person who is currently tameh, yet is now undertaking a course of action to become tahor and achieves it. Taking both names together, Tazria Metzora, we can say that it represents a person who becomes tameh due to some natural circumstance or occurrence, and after dealing with it in some way, returns to being tahor. It represents a complete self-contained unit of dealing with a natural cycle of life. Now we can explain why the Rabbanim wanted to specifically double these two parshas. Each topic mentioned in the parsha, childbirth, tzarat, various bodily discharges and fluids, each one is a Tazria Metzora unit. Each topic in the double parsha deals with a person who becomes tameh due to some natural occurrence and needs to undertake a purification process in order to once again become tahor. By repeating this theme in variation many times with various Tazria Metzora units, the underlying message teaches us that there is always hope. We might become tameh due to some natural occurrence or even possibly due to our own behavior. However, we are not doomed to be stuck there. There is always a way to rise up and become tahor, but it is up to us to take those steps. Embodying what Mishlei chapter 24 says, Ki sheva yipol tzadik v'kam. For a righteous person can fall 7 times, yet will always rise again. Shabbat Shalom.